Good day, everyone. My name is Kądzielska, and you are watching Poland Daily Culture. We are about to commemorate the 75th anniversary of liberation of Auschwitz-Birkenau camp. But Polish President Andrzej Duda is not going to Israel for the commemorations. Why is that? Jonny Daniels, the head of From the Depths Foundation, is the one who revealed all the details of big international politics. Jonny, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Jonny, in these moments of disinformation, especially about Holocaust, and the situation when Polish president has no right to speak during the anniversary of the 75th anniversary of the liberation of German Nazi camp Auschwitz-Birkenau, what we as Poles, with our government as well, can do to be more effective in international media and international platforms as well, to just show our voice and to speak for truth?
Well, I think once again, I think that, you know, at the end of the day, this anniversary that's taking place in Yad Vashem in Israel it's not the actual anniversary of the liberation. The actual anniversary of the liberation is going to be on the 27th of January. It's going to take place in Auschwitz-Birkenau. The President of Poland will be speaking, and many international delegates will be there as well. Poland did the right thing by boycotting this, and that message was sent very clearly around the world. It is a major international news topic. Everybody's written about it and spoken about it. And Poland's stance, and I think there's unified response from Poles as well. Like, I've not spoken to anybody in Poland that disagrees with the president's decision. Now, unfortunately, there are media outlets and politicians who will try and attack anything the president does just for the sake of attacking the president. But at the end of the day, everybody understands and agrees that he's done the right thing. And I think just keeping on the line of the truth, you know, we've seen this issue in the past, and we'll see it in the future as well, where people truly do not understand what Poland itself faced during the Second World War. People don't understand that the majority of Warszawa was destroyed. People don't understand that that millions of Polish citizens, Polish Jews, but also ethnic Poles were killed as well. And I think without Poland telling her own story, no one else is going to tell the story for her. So I think, and I know that Poland needs to be a little bit more proactive in terms of educating the international community as to what Poland went through and giving the opportunity for people to understand. You know, I've been fortunate enough to bring many groups here to Poland. And obviously, as a Jewish person with a Jewish foundation, the sites are crucial for me to show in terms of my heritage. But also, we take the journalists and politicians, or whoever it may be, to understand the different parts of the history as well. We'll visit the Museum of the Warsaw Uprising. Every single time I've taken groups there, they're shocked. Every time there are people who had no idea that there was an uprising of Warsaw. They'd heard of the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising, but they didn't know about the uprising of 1944.
Yes, and so that's why then they know why Warsaw was destroyed.
Correct, and so without that explanation, and without Poland being more proactive in telling her story, we can't expect other people to tell it for us. The Russians are experts at pushing their narrative, and it's only going to get worse. And we need to fight that, and the best way to fight lies is quite simply by telling the truth.
As often and as openly as we can. For example, that's what we're doing right now. Explain for us also why just right now also the state of Israel is giving so much credit to Russia. What is so special about this situation that you're not pushing Russia more? Why are they right now giving them such a wide space of a little bit of freedom of doing what they want in international politics?
Well, look, Israel isn't in a position to fight Russia. And Israel definitely will not fight Russia. Unfortunately, when it comes to an issue like this, it's very clear, right? So from the state of Israel, again, I don't know how the decisions were made or how anything happened behind the scenes, but one could only imagine that, you know, the Israeli government sitting in a room, just say, and they have this problem that they face now, which is historical truth and a decent relationship with Poland based on historical truth, or Russia. But Russia isn't just Russia. It's, again, safety and security of the state of Israel. It's all the northern borders. It's everything connected to the Middle East and to the Arab world, where Russia's incredibly important. It's Israeli citizens being held in Russian jails, right? Russia is a superpower today. and a power that is incredibly important in Israel and the region, which is why Israel is remarkably careful in terms of how it deals with Russia, and which is also once again why I'm 100% certain that the Israeli government were backed into a corner right now by Yad Vashem. I know how it works. Moshe Kantor's organization came to Yad Vashem, said, let's do something together. We'll pay for it. We'll fund it. We'll invite all the world leaders. We'll get all the press. We'll do it a few days before the ceremony in Auschwitz-Birkenau, because from a media perspective, we're going to grab all the attention. Yes. Yad Vashem said, cool, why not? Perfect. We'll have a great stage. We can talk. You know, they've got people coming from all around the world. Prince Charles is coming from the United Kingdom. 45 world leaders. Yes. We'll do something extraordinary. For Yad Vashem, this is remarkable. They're an institution. They need to raise money. They've been offered funds. Fantastic. Then the Russian games start. And at that point, when the decision is made, the ridiculous decision not to allow President Duda to speak, by that point, what does Yad Vashem and Israel do? Once again, they have this decision, a relationship with Poland and historical truth, which is incredibly important, or safety and security. Unfortunately, they had to choose the safety and security, but, you know, it is inexcusable at all points, because this situation should never be allowed to happen. You know, even a simple person like me, with a small foundation, an individual who speaks just on behalf of myself and my family, even I was able to foresee this, and I've been speaking about this for months. Even I saw this coming. How all of these people missed it, I have no idea.
Yeah, sounds a little bit ridiculous. And also, our government and all media platforms should highlight it and make it as clear as possible for everyone and to understand, especially on English platforms like this.
Correct.
That what's happening right now, and this kind of way to manipulate Poland out of one of the most important issues of our recent history, because of course Auschwitz-Birkenau, as a German Nazi death camp, involved in Polish history, and there were a lot of Poles who died there as well, as part of our history and also the history we share with Jews. So that's why it's extremely important for us also to have a voice, especially at such events. Let's imagine, Jonny, you are a part of our Polish government, and and you have a voice. Also, you can make decisions about how the commemoration in Auschwitz itself will look like. How would you do them?
Well, first of all, thankfully, I'm not a politician, and I have no interest in ever being one. But I was. 6 years ago, I did, along with my foundation, partnered with Auschwitz-Birkenau, partnered with the Knesset, and we did create a commemoration there. And I think that there are ways to do it that really highlight things. I think, first of all, honestly, I don't think any politician should speak in Auschwitz. None. I don't think the Polish president, I don't think the Israeli president, I don't think anybody. Auschwitz-Birkenau is sacred. It's sacred for humanity, it's sacred for Jews, it's sacred for Poles, it's sacred for the Romani community, it's sacred for humanity. My personal opinion, the only people speaking in Auschwitz-Birkenau should be survivors. People who can give testimony. Politicians are human beings, they make very many mistakes, and to be honest, all they are exactly the same as you and I, just they have bigger egos and want to be elected to a position of power. That's the essence of a politician. Honestly, no politician should speak there. The only people who should be speaking, once again, are survivors, and they should be telling their stories. This is, if I was in a position of power and I had a decision to make, this is what I would do. I would make sure that all day survivors were telling their testimonies and people came and heard. Because once again, this is the 75th anniversary. Most of the survivors coming are not young people. I'm honored that I'm going to be there this year, along with Holocaust survivor Edward Mossberg, who's 94 years old. Please God, he'll be at the next commemoration, the next round commemoration, but at that point he'll be 99. The survivors are not getting younger. Whilst we have an opportunity to put them front and center, we must. And I think that this is maybe where it's going a little bit wrong, and maybe where we are, all of us, slightly responsible for turning this too much into a political issue. But honestly, once again, the fact that we're able to come and you're able to visit these sites and bring people, I think that this by far is the most important thing. So truly, again, Poland really does a remarkable job at the maintenance and upkeep and education connected to the sites connected to the Second World War and connected to Polish heritage and history. And this painful heritage and history, this dark history that we face as Poles and as Jews and as others. But the opportunity for all of us to join together in prayer and commemoration and in honor and respect of those murdered by the German Nazis and their collaborators is something that should be so sacred and shouldn't be touched by politics. And honestly, I think that the ceremony this year, from what I understand, will be held with the highest level of respect. I have no issues with how anything's run at Auschwitz-Birkenau. I believe that they're doing a very good job there. I believe the director's doing a very good job there. He has been personally responsible for making it very, very clear. 6 years ago, when I did my event, I didn't understand the internal politics. I didn't understand. And I brought the Knesset. And one of the things that maybe we should sing the national anthems at the end, right? We can sing the Polish national anthem, the Israeli national anthem, as a symbol of strength and as a symbol of continuity. And he said, no, Jonny, no anthems were sung, right? Because then we have the Russian anthem, then this anthem, and how do we decide? How don't we decide? It's apolitical. And I really give huge credit to the director of Auschwitz-Birkenau, to the Polish Ministry of Culture, and to Minister Gliński for this treatment of how these camps are being dealt with. And I think that they are being dealt with correctly, and I do think the ceremony will be held with the utmost decency and decorum. And it is still a massive shame that Yad Vashem decided to do this event just a few days before, partnering with people like Moshe Kantor and turning this into a political and media circus that it simply shouldn't be.
From now on, I'm absolutely sure that every one of you understands why all commemorations of Holocaust should be kept apolitical, especially those ones kept and held in the camps and those in Auschwitz. That's why it's important to keep the truth of history and to keep the politicians away, not to mess things up. And thank you for watching Poland Daily Culture.